Hi there and welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. Have you had an opportunity to subscribe to the channel yet? If not, take a second, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to like and share. As a child, we're prepared that we need to work to pay our bills. We are told that we need to find a career, something that we're passionate about, something that we can enjoy. But the reality is, it's difficult in any circumstances to get a job that you're happy in, you're doing something you're passionate about, and that pays the bills. Not only is it a competitive market, but even now with COVID, so many companies have laid people off, have cut jobs, and it's really difficult to find a job. The unemployment rate is down, and the reality is a lot of people are starting to wonder if they want to stay in the rat race as they call it. Working 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever your hours are, Monday to Friday, with very little flexibility, answering to somebody else. Sure, you get a bi-weekly, weekly, or monthly paycheck. Perhaps you have benefits. That's all great about being an employee of an organization or company. But do you find the work fulfilling and that you're passionate about it? Are you comfortable with the schedule, with being at everybody's beck and call? I've been talking with a lot of people, finding their personal perspectives on where they find themselves in the employment field right now in this climate. I myself have been looking for another job since my contract ended, and it's been really difficult. I read something and saw a podcast and a video on unemployment right now after COVID. Currently, there are 1,000 people applying for the same job posting. The individuals will probably have the same skill sets. It could be a very entry-level position, and management-level positions are even harder to find. So the competition is steep. The likelihood that you even get a call or an interview is very slim. You start to really think about what is important, and you get frustrated with the denials or not hearing anything. That's the worst, because they're only going to contact the candidates they're interested in. So you try to get creative and think outside of the box of how best to present yourself. You update your LinkedIn account, perhaps your social media posts reflect on your opportunities and your skill sets to highlight these things when employers are searching that way. But a lot of people have been talking about entrepreneurship, going into business for themselves. This is a risk, of course, because the economy is not great at this moment, but they're looking for something that they can be passionate, sell themselves for, and do well. And this is actually an excellent opportunity to investigate the idea of entrepreneurship. It's a great opportunity to research, test the markets, find out what's going to happen after COVID-19. Take the opportunity to see what it is you would be doing. Are you going to do a startup company? Perhaps you have a product or a service that there's a demand for. It could be related to COVID-19 or some of the gaps that have been presented since COVID-19. Or is it something that you have a strong expertise in that perhaps you've been dying to wait for the right time to go into business for yourself? What does this look like for you? Well, you have to really start the very basics. You have to start with your research. Find out if there's a need. You don't want to start a company or a startup if there's no need, because you're going to be closed before you start. Find out what other people are doing. Are there a lot of competitors in the same area? Are you going to have to fight for the business? And then make yourself knowledgeable on who your target market is going to be. Make connections with that target market. Have conversations. Doesn't mean that you have to open your door tomorrow, but start to build that network. And of course, create a business plan. Put down on paper what it is you're trying to accomplish. Be realistic. Define it so it's clear to yourself, to potential funders, and to the people that you're going to be serving. Then set a timeline for yourself. Be reasonable, take in consideration the research, the promoting, etc., and the cost when you're creating this business plan. Explore options of financing or funding. And then of course, registering yourself as a business. Are you going to be sole proprietor? Are you going to have a partner? Look at all of the different aspects of what is available for you and what's going to suit your needs best. Keep in mind though, if you're going to take entrepreneurship seriously, you get to be your own boss, which is great. You can have flexible hours, but you also have a lot more work, especially if you're starting out with just yourself. You have to do everything from the conception, the networking, the promotion, the books, whatever it is you're starting out. You're probably only going to start out for yourself. Some people are suited for entrepreneurship, other people not so much. So if you're one of those people that are not self-starters, that are not motivated and really gung-ho about working and pushing something and getting out there and talking to people, this may not be the best idea for you to start on your own. Perhaps you want to partner with somebody that is like-minded, has the same views and ideas as you, but perhaps the other person is more outgoing if you're one of the quieter person that likes to do the visualization and concepts and the writing part. Entrepreneurship allows you for flexibility, especially if you have a family or if you have other interests that you're focusing on, whether that's schooling. But you have to be committed. You have to have focus. You have to have the drive to be an entrepreneur. There's so many entrepreneurs that have a great concept, great idea, put it down on paper, open the doors, and are closed within 6 months because they haven't done enough research. They have jumped full steam ahead, opened a great office, furnished it, hired people, and they can't afford it. So be realistic, set out clear guidelines. Maybe entrepreneurship isn't for you and you're happy working for a company. What I found recently, especially in these conversations with individuals with disabilities, is we are faced with being not discriminated necessarily, but pigeonholed and saying you need to be doing this type of job because of your disability. This is annoying, this is frustrating, and it also shows that people are uneducated about people's abilities versus what they feel they should be doing. So for individuals with disabilities, this is a great option. Entrepreneurship, being self-employed, helps with flexibility of their needs, their personal care, as well as it can show others about what people with disabilities can do. I recently read an article about a young man who was looking to get a job at an auto place to do detailing of cars. And he had cerebral palsy. He was in a wheelchair. And of course they said, oh, you can't do that. Well, he proved them wrong. You know what he did? He started his own business. He detailed these cars beautifully, and he has his own adaptive ways of doing it, which he had presented to the employer. And he stole all their customers because people saw something special in him. He focused on his abilities. He did an exceptional job. And he started small, but now he's grown his business and he's doing huge success. So kudos to him and anybody else with a disability that has the determination and the want and desire to be an entrepreneur. You can do it. Anyone can do it when you put your mind to it. Are you happy with being an employee, or have you considered an entrepreneurship? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear it. Until next time, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share, and we'll continue this conversation in future episodes. See you next time.